Hello.
Right. Okay. So get up, stand. Oh, she goes over to the lawn. She's right at the front of the focus then. So she's over there. So that's all you need to say is that she's got up and moved over to stage left. She's doing a performance. Can we go to the lines till the kites and vulture catch the scent? Even if you just do tear into pieces and pick into the bone. That's a great one. Tear into pieces and pick into the bone. She's trying to convince Ismene, you know, that what's happened is wrong. So she's being very descriptive and quite vulgar about it. So what can we do with the actions that are quite descriptive and quite shocking as well? Yes.
Could you maybe have a kind of reenacting it?
Oh yeah, definitely. So tear into pieces.
Yeah.
Or even if, do you want to do it from the stomach? Do you want to do it that will tear him to pieces? Or you could just do tear into pieces, whichever you want. That might work. There's the claws out. You know, she's miming, ripping it. Use that word miming. She's miming, ripping her own stomach apart and tearing to pieces. What about picking to the bone?
Do you think that you could maybe have her go over to Ismene and actually do something on her? For pick him to the bone, she could do the same gesture but from Ismene's stomach to
Yeah, I like going over to Ismene and do it to tear to pieces. Or even turn to her and pick him to the bone, do something directly, but I want it to be quite gruesome. Not a gruesome, but I like that. Tear into pieces. I think that might be. You could do tear into pieces and pick him to the bone. It might be better that way around because I can't think of anything else with pick him to the bone. So for tear into pieces and pick him to the bone.
Does that rose still have to be there? Or should she do something to the rose?
The rose is still in front of the throne at the minute,
Oh.
so Ismene is blocking it. We'll come back to that rose, don't you worry. Can we go to, just because I think it's a great line, what a great king our Creon is, sister? What flipping sarcasm is that? So, imagine you're being really sarcastic. Let's have a throw our arms in. What a great king our sister, our Creon is. Our sister. What a great king our Creon is. So, really sarcastic. Have her arms thrown up in the air wildly. What a great king our Creon is. And then look into her sister. So, great king our Creon is a sister. And she can say that quite aggressively, staring at Ismene. She's almost daring Ismene to. She's like, you can't argue with me. A sister, yeah? You getting me? So, what a great king our Creon is. A sister. And she can look on the A sister. Fist clench. She's doing her motif. A sister. In the whole of this section, how do you think Ismene is reacting?
Feel intimidated by it.
I mean, she's probably horrified. Well, this is the first time she's heard of this rule. She's probably horrified. So let's go back to doing a whole, you know, things class. You can do that a lot of the time. You just say, all you need to say, if you're performing Ismene, you just need to say, throughout Antigone's first monologue, she just stares in absolute horror at what Antigone has said. You know, one fist clenching onto a necklace. That's all you need to say. So that's right. The time has come for you to stand. So can we ever go and get the time on? So that's the news and now you know it. The time has come. So she goes on more serious, hands by herself. So that's the news and now you know it. The time has come for you to stand up. Get her to Ismene and Antigone again to go up to Ismene and drag her up. She's forceful. Stand up. So she's now gone serious. She's dragged Ismene up. Do you know the honour of being Oedipus's daughter? Do you remember how we all said that you wanted them all to wear that matching brooch? she could grab Ismene's brooch on the honour of being Ismene's daughter and of Oedipus's daughter, and Ismene could look at it. She could grab brooch. Just on the word, that's just on the word honour. Right, so if you think about all the actions that we've done so far, the actions that we've got in here, we've got things like the rose, slamming the water, we've got picking up the rose back up and putting it on the throne, we've got marching over to Ismene and dragging her back over to the throne, we've got the aggressive tear to pieces, rip them all out. Every single action we've got now at the minute is creative and it fits what we want to show about that character. It's the same with Our Country's Good, guys. Every line you do is so precious. You haven't got that much time. You've got to make sure everything is creative. Okay, cool. Okay, that's all we read up to, isn't it? So overall, just for that whole first Antigone monologue, what's our preferred effect?
Wariness.
Yeah, and it's full on showing it because she's even more. You could even say the audience is becoming even more. What's the other word that we use for Antigone? Not frustrated. Maybe not frustrated. I'll still go with wariness. Yeah. So preferred effect. So wariness. She's showing that. Why are the audience feeling wary of her face?
Because she's like coming up with all these outlandish things, and she's really aggressive, especially towards her sister.
Yeah, she's really highly aggressive. She's very descriptive and aggressive in the words she's using. She's sarcastic. She changes quickly. She's speaking very passionate. Okay, Ismene.
Wait a minute, Antigone. Don't be so headstrong. If all of this is as you say it is, what can I do? One way or the other.
Just say you will help me. Commit yourself.
To do what? Something dangerous?
Just to give me a hand to lift the body. It's too heavy for me to move on my own.
To bury him, you mean, in spite of the decree?
He's my brother. And like it or not, he's yours too. I won't betray him now that he's dead. No one will ever throw that in my face.
You must be mad. Creon has publicly forbidden it.
He can't forbid me to love my brother.
Okay, let's just start one. Oh, sorry, no, you do that last line.
He has neither the right nor the power to do that.
Okay, so this is, what's the word we call it when it's fast sentences?
Diphthea.
Say that. Okay, Ismene. Let's do Ismene's first line. Wait a minute, Antigone. So, Antigone's got hold of Ismene's brooch. What can Ismene do? Nice and calm. Wait a minute.
Just like gently put a hand on hers and get it off.
Nice. Like it. Yeah. Gently get it off. So she's speaking softly. Wait a minute, Antigone. Grab her hand on a brooch and softly take it down. Ismene could hold on both of Antigone's hands in her own hand quite lovingly. So we're showing the audience this is a loving person. She loves her sister. Very gentle. We want to show, I think, in this bit that they are sisters. They've got that bond between them. So maybe uncommit yourself. Just say you will help me. Commit yourself. With Antigone, she could put her hands in Ismene and sort of cup them like that. Commit yourself. So then, she's got hold of her cheek to do what? Something dangerous. What could Ismene do then? So again, she's got Antigone's hands on her cheeks. She's a bit more disgusted by that. To do what? Something dangerous. She's a bit, well, not disgusted, she's a bit more horrified. So she could do it again, peel the fingers off. But this time, she peels the hands off. She could like push the hands back to Antigone. It's like, to do what? Something dangerous, almost like, I don't want to be involved in this. It shows right from the beginning she doesn't want to be. I won't really upset you all by telling you that in the old spec you could take your annotated books in with you.
Oh.
They did not appreciate it, I'll tell you that though. They did not use these, they just didn't. It's only now that you know you can, and you're like, God damn it. But you make more of an effort with it. Yeah. Imagine having all these notes in your scripts. And
That was
So
good.
yeah, I know. You're just going to have to imagine there in the exam. What did we do and what did we say? Okay. So just going to land for it. It's very immune in spite of the degree. He's my brother and like an Ashton. I'm just looking for some key lines. I absolutely love. He cannot believe me to love my brother. That's Antigone freaking out there. Cannot forbid me to love my brother. What can she do? What's an aggressive thing that she can do there? Really angry. He cannot forbid me to love my brother. It's quite irrational. But what can she do? Got the throne. Slam on the arm of the throne. He's my brother. Like I won't show you now, this dad. No, yeah, she could actually stand up on that whole speech. He's my brother, and like it or not, he's yours too. You just say she goes up and stands by the side of the throne, looking down on his mane and gripping the side of the throne. So imagine this is the throne. It's facing you guys, the audience. She can go up. So she goes up to the throne this way, and she's looking down on his mane. No, I knew that. And then she can slam down. He cannot forbid me to love my brother. And it's like she's the throne represents Creon, so it's like it's hitting Creon. So slam the arm of the throne.
What's the thing underneath the throne? A pylon?
You can call it a dais,
A dais.
D-I-A-S, or you can call it, what was the other word I call it for it? I think, no, don't know. It's gone. Podium, yeah, so well, or just a block. The throne block, that's fine. Okay, let's read Ismene. How will Ismene get into, like, how will Antigone come down to there?
Like elegantly jump down, she can like jump down like.
No, well, Antigone's up. So maybe Ismene would go up and be on the other side of the throne. And again, the throne's becoming between the sisters. She goes, have you forgotten what happened to our father? Yeah, I reckon she can go up on the other side of the throne then. We've forgotten what happened to our father. Shall we read this nice section from Ismene? Have you forgotten? Go for it.
Have you forgotten what happened to our father?
Come on, with that. Have you forgotten what? A bit more passion behind it.
Contempt and loathing from everyone, even from himself. That was his reward. And blinded too, by his own hand, and his mother-wife as ill-matched with him as those two words are with each other. She knotted a rope and hanged herself. And now our two brothers, both in one day, caught in the same trap, claiming blood for blood and death for death, each one at the expense of the other.
Okay, now go soft with it.
We are the last ones left, sister. And what a death is promised for us, more terrible than any if we break the law by defying the king and the power of the state. Think for a moment, Antigone, please. We are women, that's all. Physically weaker and barred from any political influence. How can we fight against the institutionalized strength of the male sex? They are in power, and we have to obey them. We have to obey them this time, and maybe in worse situations than this. May God forgive me and the spirits of the dead. I have no choice. State power commands, and I must do what I am told. When you are powerless, wild gestures and heroic refusals are reserved for madmen.
How much did it upset you, ladies, when it says, we are women, that is all? We're all like, oh. Yeah, but if you think about it, we are fighting for equality nowadays. But if we want to, we are allowed to be doctors. We're allowed to be politicians. We're fighting for it, but it's a legal right that we are classed as equals. Back then, what was she meant to do? She wasn't allowed to go in power. She was told who she had to marry. She was forced to stay in the palace. And it was very little that she had to do. So it's like, this is how she's brought up. For them back then, the thought of a woman doing something like this was just totally immoral. It was something against everything they've brought up in. Makes you glad to be alive today, doesn't it, ladies? Lewis is just there going, ha ha ha, I wish it was bad then. Okay, so let's get some key lines going. What we might do is some general actions that she's going to do through it. Contempt, if you've got an iPad there, content and love and even himself, that was not blinded too by his own hand. Can we have her step down from the dais and walk towards the audience? Now it's her chance to do a monologue. Have her step down after maybe I've forgotten how content and love from and even from himself. That was his reward. And then on and blinded too, he can step down. Again, it's still quite relatively calm. Step down. Out to audience. She's stood up straight, but she's much calmer than, you know, she's still passionate, but she's not as angry as it. What do you think Antigone will be doing in all this speech?
Maybe like, I don't want to keep saying like looking away from her, but she's like getting more like agitated as she's speaking more.
Can she follow? We need to get her down off that podium, I think, because we want the focus to be on Maney. So as Maney stomps down, mainly Antigone can stomp down after her quite angrily and just stare at her. So the whole point, can we just have her? She stomps down onto the floor level. She just stares at her with her fist clenched, breathing in heavily, just staring at like the death stare at Ismene. So you're not doing it, you're just basically saying during Ismene's speech, you want Antigone to be doing this. I'm actually going to put gives death stares, fist clenched. So the whole way through this first half is Maney. She's forward towards the audience. She stood very straight and controlled while she's singing it. She clearly, like, you know, can we have that hand on a necklace the whole way through? Got it. Maybe one hand on the stomach, as if it's almost making her, the thought of it is almost making her sick.